This year's Oscar noms are in. Felix the Cat spin-off series is on the way. Sonic 4 announced. Nickelodeon launches their first YouTube original. All this in this week's Cartoon News Roundup. This year's Oscars ceremony is rapidly approaching, and we've just been handed down the nominations for 2024's crop of features. We've got 5 movies up for Best Animated Feature, including Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoirs of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. It's a very solid yet unsurprising selection of films, and while The Wild Robot may seem the frontrunner, the shock Golden Globes win by Flow means this competition just got a little more interesting. I'm excited to see my boys Wallace and Gromit back in the race, and though I doubt they'll win, it's nice for them to at least get a nod. Notably, this is one of very few years without a nomination for Disney animation, with Moana 2 missing out on a nod. Also missing out on a nomination is fan favourite Transformers 1, which hasn't had any luck this award season. Another big slight is that of The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. While it still doesn't open widely for a few weeks, the movie did receive an Academy Awards qualifying limited run just before New Year's, so yes, it would have been eligible for a nomination. I guess the tunes are simply out of luck again. Regardless, huge congrats to the nominees, and I'm excited to see who reigns victorious when the Academy Awards ceremony goes underway on March 3, 2025. Our boy has been absent from our screens for some time, but it looks like big things are coming from the world of Felix the Cat. It's been announced that Felix the Cat Productions Incorporated has appointed Surge Brands as the exclusive global licensing agency for Poindexter, the iconic supporting character who first appeared in 1958's Felix the Cat television series. The genius nephew of Felix Support the Professor, Poindexter is a highly intelligent young scientist with an IQ of 777, known for his trademark quirkiness and nerdy nature. In a fun bit of trivia, the character is where the term Poindexter, used for a bookish or socially unskilled person, first originates.
Hey! He looks just like you, Poindexter!
And almost certainly inspired iconic 90s series Dexter's Laboratory. Poindexter not only appeared in the 50s series, but also starred alongside Felix in 1989's Felix the Cat the Movie, saw numerous cameo and guest appearances in 1995's Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat series, and was a major sidekick in 2004's direct-to-video movie Felix the Cat Saves Christmas. Over the years, he's also seen countless comic appearances. According to Animation Magazine, who first reported on the deal, the new IP will build on Poindexter's legacy, introducing fresh storytelling and innovative products that resonate with today's audiences, while honouring the character's classic toon charm. The strategic initiative for Poindexter will encompass a broad range of licensing categories, including toys, apparel, publishing, collectibles, and digital media. Surge Brands will also explore opportunities for animated series, interactive content, and collaborations with top-tier creators to ensure a multifaceted and engaging brand experience. The most exciting bit from all of this is the possibility of an animated television series starring Poindexter, but don't get too excited about the possibility of Felix appearances, as the rights to the lovable cat and his various other supporting characters have been with DreamWorks since 2014, despite the studio not using them in any visual media just yet. Strangely, when Don Oriolo, the longtime Felix owner and son of his creator, Joe Oriolo, sold off Felix, he retained the rights to Poindexter, explaining how he's now been parceled out in his own individual license. On the licensing deal, Don said, "I'm thrilled to see Poindexter take centre stage with his very own IP. Poindexter has always been a beloved character, reminding us that being different is a strength, not a flaw, a hero for those marching to their own beat. With his unique charm, wit, and cleverness, we're dedicated to ensuring his legacy not only endures, but also evolves in ways that captivate and inspire new audiences. Surge's proven expertise in transforming classic characters into globally recognized brands makes this partnership an exceptional opportunity to expand the Felix Sonic's universe. I couldn't be more excited for what lies ahead. It's going to be interesting to see what comes of this. After all, Poindexter isn't exactly a widely recognised household name these days, but Felix did see a tremendous uptick in consumer awareness thanks to a merchandising push in the 1980s. So this could either be a complete fizzle or something that'll put them on the map. Only time will tell, and I'll be here with all the updates as they come in. As Sonic 3 barrels towards $500 million at the global box office, the biggest taking of the franchise so far, Paramount are gearing up Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which they have just announced will be hitting US theatres on March 19, 2027, a little over 2 years away. Trade paper Deadline released the film's official logo today, which, as expected, follows the same format as the previous logos in the series. This time around, we have a pink number 4, obviously alluding to the involvement of Amy Rose in the film after her surprise appearance in Sonic 3. We have no details on the film just yet, and Deadline reports that the project is in development at this point in time. There are no director or star attachments at this time. It's very clear that Amy Rose will be included in number 4, and also very likely Metal Sonic, also seen for the first time in Sonic 3. I've not even seen Sonic 3 just yet, so I couldn't even predict what we could have in store for us, but I'm keen to see it, and just as excited about a 4th installment coming down the line. Obviously, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow will be on board the adventure, assuming they didn't all die in number 3. Again, I haven't seen it, so no spoilers please. And with Sonic voice Ben Schwartz sharing a Variety article on the release date announcement, it's pretty obvious he's probably on board again. Jeff Fowler, the director of the first 3 films, has also been on record recently talking about a 4th installment. Sonic 4 will have some pretty gargantuan competition, opening alongside the next installment in Legendary's Monsterverse from Warner Brothers, a currently untitled film. Sonic has successfully matched up against Disney's Mufasa, but it'll be interesting to see how he'll go up against Godzilla and Kong. No other films are set for release on that date as of yet, but the film will drop only a bit over a month before the release of Avengers Secret War. Of course, as we get more solid info on Sonic 4, I'll be right here with it all. In their near 50 years of existence, Nickelodeon have dominated all platforms of visual entertainment. Now they're headed to YouTube. Of course, Nickelodeon aren't new to YouTube. They currently have more than 50 channels focused on their various properties and series, with a combined 200 million plus subscribers. But they are now launching their first ever series exclusively for the platform. On Friday, January 24, 2025, Nickelodeon released the first short episode of Kid Cowboy, which launched on their Blaze and the Monster Machines channel. The series will continue to run on this channel, and Nickelodeon says, if successful, it will spin off onto its own. Nick describes the series as such. Kid Cowboy is a show aimed at preschoolers that follows the title character and his best friend Luna as they keep watch over and fight for justice in the futuristic world of Esperanza, with help from their robot horses. The move to launch the show on the Blaze channel, which has 6 million subscribers, according to Nickelodeon, is that both shows feature play-along adventures for their target viewers that encourage them to solve problems alongside the characters. The series has been created and is executive produced by Grammy-nominated songwriter and producer Freddie Wexler. Multiple Grammy winner Emilio Estefan joins him as EP, and both are also composers on the show. Wexler called the show a futuristic playground of flying robo-horses, incredible music, and a cast of kids as diverse and dynamic as the stories they're living. Cuban-born Estefan noted, "Growing up, I never saw kids like me in westerns, and this series changes that. Through the adventures of Kid and Luna, I hope children everywhere see themselves reflected on screen, while also learning the values of bravery, kindness, and staying true to themselves." The series will also include a Spanish language element, like one of Nick's other mega franchises, Dora the Explorer. On why the show has gone to YouTube, Wexler said, "The move signals a strategic pivot to meet audiences where they are, on digital-first platforms, while setting a new standard for how franchises are born. Kid Cowboy isn't just a show, It's a reimagining of cowboy culture and a new blueprint for how kids' entertainment can evolve in a world dominated by streaming and short-form content. Nickelodeon recognises YouTube as the prime destination for kids viewing, with studies showing that 90% of kids are on the platform, with a 70% higher reach for kids than Netflix, and seemingly hints that this is a bit of an experiment to see if brand new content can thrive on their platforms. It should be noted that Kid Cowboy was developed through Nickelodeon's traditional development system, so it shouldn't be seen as a lesser project. Of course, as Nickelodeon's channels are marked as for kids, we can't go into the comments to see what people are saying, but we can see that at the time of this video's publication, the episode has racked up a rather measly 8.5 thousand views in its first 5 hours. I'm sure Nick will be counting on a better reception as they're hoping for a mass market franchise here, with Ashley Kaplan, Executive VP of Nickelodeon Unscripted and Digital Franchise Studio, saying, "It starts on YouTube, but it goes beyond that to long form, possibly even theatrical and into toys. I'm excited that in success, we could partner with our studio Paramount Pictures to see Kid Cowboy come to life in long form. That's the dream." The show, which is your pretty typical Nick Jr. fare, is actually quite fun, and definitely something that I think has really great potential if it does find its audience. Of course, web series aren't a new thing, but this is a pretty bold experiment for a major studio, and I'm really keen to see how it plays out. Again, the first 4-minute episode of Kid Cowboy is available right now on the Blaze and the Monster Machines YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another Cartoon News Roundup. What stories were you most excited to hear this week, and what are you hoping to hear in the upcoming news? As always, join the conversation down below.